Anesti. Welcome again to another Sunday School lesson. I am Miss Eleftheria Kamburaki and I am the Nithya Sunday School teacher at the parish of Ayos Dimitrios in St. Mary's. It is fantastic that you are all joining us for today's lesson because today I'm going to share with you a very important secret. I think many of you might already know the answer, but it is important that you listen carefully as the answer to this special secret is in the story I am about to tell you. This is a story of two brothers who found the secret of happiness. But first I want you to think about a present that you received that you really enjoyed. This could be any present that you really like. Now, think about the best way to enjoy a great present. Would you keep it all for yourself? Or would you invite your friends and let them enjoy this present with you? So, are you ready to find out about this special secret of happiness? Okay, let us begin the story. Chris and Con were two brothers who were also best friends, and they always did everything together. They had the same friends and liked to play the same games. Even their birthdays were only 1 week apart. Chris and Con were actually very excited because their birthdays were coming up and they decided to have one big birthday party for the both of them. That day, they received lots of presents from all their friends. But the most exciting of all the presents were 2 snow sleds, one for each of them. It usually snowed during the school holidays, and they always wanted to go sledding on the snow, especially down the steep hill at the end of their street. All they had to do now was just to wait for it to snow. The days passed, the holidays began, but still it did not snow. Every morning when Chris and Con woke up, they would look out the window to see if it snowed during the night. And when they saw that it had not snowed, they would sadly return to their beds. Finally, one night, there was a change in the wind and the temperature dropped. I wouldn't be surprised if it snows tonight, said their mother that night during dinner. Their little sister Mary looked up at her big brothers. Will you take me with you and let me have a go too? She asked timidly. I've never been on a sled before. You're too small, laughed Chris. And besides, the sleds are our birthday present. Mary didn't reply, but she looked very disappointed. So, can you guess what happened the next morning? I think you're right. It snowed. When they woke up the next morning, the sky was a clear blue and the streets were covered with a glittering white blanket. The boys were so excited. They jumped out of bed, got ready as quickly as possible, and they ate all their breakfast and went outside to prepare the sleds. But they barely noticed Mary, who was watching them sadly, wishing she could go too. As they were dragging the sleds towards the hill, a couple of school friends who lived on the same street called out to them. Whoa, you guys are so lucky. You have your own sleds. Let us have a ride, they shouted. Not now, cried Chris. We're going off to play by ourselves today. Oh, please, let us just have one turn each. But Chris and Con just waved and smiled back at their friends and kept going. When they reached the hill, they climbed to the very top. They sat down on their sleds and swish! Away they went down the hill. Oh, how much fun it was! The wind was blowing past their faces as they whizzed down the hill again and again. But after a while, Chris started to feel that maybe it wasn't as much fun as he had thought. It was quiet on the hill with just the two of them. He then thought of his little sister Mary and how sad she was to be left alone at home. Just then, Con came up to him. He'd been having Same thoughts. You know what, he said, this isn't as much fun as I thought it would be. I keep thinking about our friends who asked us for a turn and we wouldn't let them. I feel a bit mean and selfish sledding here by ourselves. Chris agreed. They then went down the hill one more time before setting off home. On the way home, they talked about what they would do in the afternoon. They passed by their friends' houses and spoke to them. What they said made their friends very happy. After lunch, Chris and Con set out again with their sleds to walk to the hill, but this time it was very different. Instead of just the two of them, there was a whole group of children laughing and talking excitedly. Mary was with them, together with their best friends, as well as many other friends that lived on their streets. Con and Chris started giving everyone a turn as sliding down the hill. How they all shrieked and laughed and yelled. Soon, more children hearing the shouts and the laughter turned up also, wanting to have a go, and Chris and Con happily told them to join the line. They played all afternoon, until at last they were all too tired to run and sled anymore. It's been a fantastic day, hasn't it? Said Con. But the afternoon was the best of all. It really was, agreed Chris. What a great time we had. The morning, when it was just the two of us, it wasn't half as much fun, even though we had so many more turns. I guess sharing things with others makes them even more fun, doesn't it? Said Con. Yes, it certainly does, agreed Chris. Finally, they both arrived back home and told their mum and dad about their great day. And this is the end of our story. So, what do you think is the secret of happiness? I think you have the right answer. The secret of happiness is sharing. We have joy or happiness when we share our belongings with others. Letting others join in the fun will make us even more happy, just like Chris and Con. Okay, so before we finish the lesson, we will have a quick quiz. I will ask you 3 questions, and you will get a golden star for each right answer. Let's see if you can get 3 golden stars. Ready? Question 1. What present did the 2 brothers receive that made them very happy? 2 sleds, that's right. Question 2. Why didn't they want to go out with their friends in the morning? Because they wanted more turns. They didn't want to share them with their friends. And finally, question 3. What did the brothers learn that day? They learned to share, and that sharing the sleds with others was more fun. So children, if you got 3 stars, give yourselves a big pat on the back. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you for watching. And now that you know the secret of happiness, you can share this secret with your siblings at home or even your friends at school. See you next time, and Christos Anesti.